Hello, cricket lovers. You are listening to DCLradio. This is DCL Talk Show. What a week! Wonderful week. Our league, DCL League, is predominantly bowlers-dominated league, and that is being the say since 1996. Ever since this DCL League started, always dominated by bowlers. Okay, and and last week was one of the best weeks that Diesel ever witnessed. A lot of people scored in huge bulk, a lot of scoring, and this year's first century is also scored this week. And before we discuss and get into the details of this weekend show and weekend games, and at the end we'll predictions. Let me introduce our regular guest and our special guest of the night. Okay, our regular guest Imti is here. Welcome to the show, Imti.
Thanks, Jagan. And I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all our listeners to the show, and also a big congratulations to SreeTejan for scoring the first century of this season. And yeah, we'll talk in more detail about it, but very excited about this week's show because we have a lot to talk about. So
yep. Welcome to the show, Satish.
Thanks, Jagan, for inviting me to show for another show. And hello, everyone. Welcome to all listeners over the world. And I'm as equally excited as Imti to be part of this show tonight. And then I would like to congratulate Sreetej as well for his wonderful century.
Okay, and before I introduce our special guest centurion of the night, I would like to say Jesse had to drop out tonight. Another regular analyst, because he has a game to play, and naturally, player instinct kicks first than analyst. Okay, so he's missing in our show today. And let me welcome the special guy of the week, of the night, SreeTejan of Raptors. Welcome to the show, SreeTejan. Congratulations once again.
Hi, Jagan. Hi, everyone. Thank you for inviting me on the show.
Okay. Before we even talk about your century, how you are feeling after scoring a century, and at least let me give us a little bit of insight here. Scoring a century in DCL is the biggest thing for not just for DCL, for any player. Naturally, scoring century itself is the biggest thing, but scoring in DCL is more talked about thing than anywhere else, because our league is predominantly bowlers league. And the best part is you shattered all the records, and till now there were 4 centuries scored, 2 by Arjun Ajwani, 1 by Arjun Chittimani, and the other one by Vijay Matta. You dominated all these 3 guys with a new score. Okay, how are you feeling?
Yeah, as you said, it's not doesn't happen to me every day to score a century, and it was a great day for me too. And this is my first time playing DCL, so I was just sticking to my game, and I think that's how it happened.
Okay, before one more question before I get into our analysis. Give a little bit background about yourself.
As you know, my name is Sri. People go by Teja and Sri, and I'm from Grand Rapids. I play at a club here called WMCC, and originally I'm from Hyderabad, and I've been playing cricket since childhood. Never picked it professionally, but picked along with other friends, and just keeping up with whatever the new groups I join, I just pick up here and there and play. Right now I'm at Grand Rapids as a settle, and I'm currently playing F40 for WMCC, and I'm playing Raptors in the DCL.
Fantastic, man. Welcome to the show once again, and welcome to DCL. And once again, congratulations to you. Now I'll go to our Imti. Before I get into our analysis, do you have any question for Centurion?
Well, not questions really, but I just would like to congratulate him again on his achievement. I'm not sure if he realizes like how important of a milestone or an innings that he played. But like you mentioned, like there are only 4 centuries in the last 24 years of DCL history. This is the 5th century, and also the highest score by an individual batsman. So I think it's a great achievement, and it's wonderful that new talent is coming into the league. And like he said, he's playing his first season for DCL, so hopefully we'll see a lot more of him in the coming games in the coming season. So I would like to wish him all the best, and good luck.
Okay, we'll come back to Sreetej again, and after after discussing about our first game of the night, Agni versus Bulls. Satish, your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, so this game, Agni versus Detroit Bulls, it's basically a pool A game where if you go at the initial details of the game, Agni won the toss and elected to bat first, and Agni scored 130 runs for a loss of 7 wickets in 25 overs. And in return, Bulls, they were actually short of 30 runs, and then they could score only 100 runs for the loss of 10 wickets in 24 overs. Eventually, Agni won this match by 30 runs and secured a bonus point as well. And going further detailed analysis of the game, if we talk about the first innings, Agni team seemed to be shuffling their top order batting so far in the league out of their 7 games whatever they played. And I probably believe this is the best combination for them, which worked really well by looking at the statistics. Their opening batsmen, Mohan and Jeshwant, started out an outstanding innings with partnership of 65 runs within 11.5 overs, pretty much first innings of the break. This is the kind of innings that any DCL team would really have to have at their will, which is why Agni put up a high score at their pocket. But if you look at the timeline score, it clearly tells that these two batsmen constructed the innings really well with an average of 5 runs per over from the start of the innings. And I always believe that in DCL format, over before innings break, that is 12th over, is a tricky where most of the teams try to get their opponent wickets, and this match made me believe it more. So Jibin, a bowler from Bulls, he took away 2 of well-settled Agni openers, like in 12th over, 5th ball and 6th ball consecutively, where Jeshwant and Mohan had to depart the crease. Later, Sreetej and Gautam from Agni were at the crease, and they built another 31 runs partnership for the 3rd wicket. Gautam is one of the finest players that Agni had added to the squad this year, and Agni lost their 3rd wicket at 18.2 overs, where Sreetej had to depart for a beautiful cotton bowl by Tanuj from Bulls. Later on, Agni middle order batsman Rishabh, who is known to accelerate the scoreboard, came into bat at number 6 and hit 2 sixes, which helped Agni to reach 130 scoreboard, making sure that their averages keep intact for 5 per over. And of course, there is not much contribution from a lower order batsman from Agni. Otherwise, Agni's score would have been better score than 130. Point to be noted in Agni batting, Agni had lost 2 consecutive wickets twice in this match, which is something they had to make it up before next game. And kudos to 5 batsmen of Agni, Jeshwant 28 runs, Mohan 30, and Sreetej 15, Gautam 18 runs, and Rishabh 17 runs, which really helped Agni team to put a beautiful score. And I think Bulls tried coming to bowling. They tried several bowling options in the first. In the first 2 overs itself, almost they used all 7 bowlers. That is because they want to break the partnership of a long-running one. But Jibin was the hero for them, so to break the biggest partnership. And apart from Jibin, I think pretty much all bowlers have given away runs more than 4 per over. Like some were expensive, but some like Gino, Gaurav, and Jibin, Soju, they were expensive. But 3 bowlers like Jagdish, Bharat, and Tanuj, they were decent with the 4 economy. Bulls gave away totally 11 extras, which is something they had to look into there for next game. I believe Bulls has to do some homework there. Pick up the bowlers: Jagdish for 3 wickets, Jibin for 2 wickets, and Gino and Tanuj each wicket. And coming to second innings of the game, Bulls have a huge target to chase, 131. I'm sure they could have their own plans to chase the target. It seems they sent Bharat up the order along with the seasonal opener Bonu, and that strategy really worked it for a while, where Bharat made some initial damage with the bat. He scored 20 on 14 balls with 2 sixes and 1 4. However, this partnership couldn't stay long. Bonu gave away his wicket with 0 runs, followed by Gaurav, who is another fantastic player. He came into bat, and then he's the biggest asset for Bulls right now. And then he stabilized the scoreboard a little bit. and adding 28 runs partnership along with the Gino. But in innings break, Bulls were like 50 for 4. But after the innings, I think Agni's bowlers really did a good job, especially Ramesh, who is captain of Agni. He himself, he performed really well in this match, taking a 5-wicket haul. Congratulations to Ramesh for 5-wicket haul. And Gaurav has to depart in certain point in time. Of course, he added a good score to his scoreboard. But the partnerships, it's unlike Agni. I mean, Bulls couldn't do much partnerships like Agni, so they are fall short of that 30 runs. They could reach only 100 runs to the scoreboard, and they are all out in 24 hours. And some great performance and bowling performance by Agni here. And Aditya was rightly called as a man of the match, I believe, because he took two well-settled Bulls batsmen in chase. Overall, it was a great show by Agni team, and congratulations to our team Agni for the victory, where this will really help them down the way for the playoff race. Tough luck to Bulls with the chase. You can always come back strong by learning from the mistakes.
Okay, before we get into our next game, we have two callers in. Probably they want to congratulate SreeTeja, and I'll go by numbers: 219-246-3538. Hello.
Yeah, hi Jagan, this is Kiran.
Hi Kiran, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, thanks. Hello everybody.
Welcome to the show. Okay,
yeah, thank you.
SreeTeja here.
Yeah, thank you. Firstly, I would like to thank all the DCL company for creating the base to express our views. To speak about SreeTeja, I've been there in the game. I've been watched him till first ball, and I saw all his innings. That was a special one, SreeTeja. I would like to congratulate officially today once more from all the Raptors. And what special was there? I don't see any edges going in the air. I don't see any mistime shot. I don't see people giving him a chance. It was all clear shots, and it was just an amazing innings. Like, he just boosted our batting lineup, and there is a long way to go. And I wish you well, man.
Thanks a lot, Kiran. Means a lot to me.
Okay, the next caller in line is 313-570-7574. Welcome to the show. Hello.
Hi, Jagan. This is Napreet.
Hey, Napreet, how are you, man?
Doing good. I would like to congratulate SreeTeja as well. Hello, everybody. I am his teammate, so I did play with him. Like Kiran said, we watched his inning the whole time. So clean shots, and since start he settled down first. So that was the best part of his innings. He settled down, and then he didn't give any chances to the bowlers. So I felt bad for the bowlers while we were playing, but it's a great achievement that he scored like over 135 runs without giving any chance. So congratulations, Sri. Well played.
Thanks, Napreet, and thanks for being on the other end. While I was making dot balls, I would like to point this out that Napreet was scoring runs and removing the pressure off me, because I made a maiden over before I went on to score that one. Thanks, Napreet. Thanks for removing that pressure on me.
You played great. You played very well.
Thanks.
Wonderful. We all know how attacking Napreet is. Okay. The next game of the night is Safaris versus Strikers. Imti, your thoughts?
Hey Jagan, I thought Safari was a Strikers. Sorry, I missed this game. Okay.
If you want, we can go to the next game. We can talk about
it. No, that's fine. No, we can cover it. That's fine. So, like we were talking in the beginning of the show when you were introducing, this was the week for batsmen. I think at least 3 games there were scores of 200 plus X's, and this is one of the game where Strikers batted first and scored a mammoth 223, and Safaris on the other hand, they struggled, but eventually they also scored 100 runs in reply, but they never could reach anywhere close to Strikers total there. So if you go into the details of the game, Strikers batted first. They had a very solid foundation very first up. They scored like 70 runs in the first 7 overs, close to 70 runs. So that is a solid base for them and a flying start. for the innings. So Kishore and Parag put on that partnership of 68 runs, and from there they never looked back. And then what to talk about this guy, Shreyas Kulkarni, 83 runs from 52 balls with 9 fours and 4 sixers. Like, it was very good innings considering the DCL format. But then again, like we have been talking since the beginning of the show, this week completely belonged to SreeTejan because in the other game where he scored a century. Nevertheless, this is again a very good innings from Shreyas Kulkarni, scoring 83. Unfortunate that he couldn't cross the 3-figure mark, but I think these three batsmen just put on an absolute show of run scoring, and also the extras from the opponents, from Safari's 29 extras, helped them put up that mammoth score of 223 runs. Once you have that big a total in the first half, Safaris had a daunting task to chase down that total. To begin with, the game was always in favor of strikers. Even the predictions, we talked about it. The Safaris bowling was very weak. Since the beginning of the league, they needed improvement in that bowling department. But again, like coming across a team like strikers, they just couldn't handle the pressure, I guess. So going into the chase, Safaris, I think they just had one guy who was able to stay there and score some runs in the process, but there was no support for him. And again, like when you're chasing a big score like 223, you need somebody to just go out all out and play a blinder of an innings. But that didn't happen with Safaris, and they eventually folded out for 100 in 22 overs. I think if you look at the bowling figures of strikers also, like almost everybody bowled good except for a couple of bowlers who went for more than 6 runs per over. But I think wickets being shared between bowlers, and I think it was the scoreboard pressure that helped strikers get those 10 wickets easily. So I think it was all in all a one-sided game for strikers, a very good, confident game, putting 5 points in their kitty, and I think it will help them go forward very long in the season, the confidence level, I mean, for strikers.
Okay, before we go to our next game, I have a quick question for Sreeteja. Sreeteja, how many games you played this year? Is it you said this is the first year you're playing in DCL? How many games you played? Is this the first game or?
I played 3 games in total. My first game was I was duck out on that one, and second game I scored about like 30 odd runs, and the third game was the one which I scored 137.
Okay, fantastic. You have a wonderful record. Good. Okay, the next game of the night is Canton 11 versus Michigan Rangers. This is another high-scoring game where I think Hyder scored big time. Your thoughts, Satish?
Yeah, so like you said, this is another game where if you look at the scorecards, both teams put together close to 300 runs for a match, which is another outstanding game for anybody to watch it. It's unlike previous year DCLs. This year, many teams are scoring big and then chasing big too. And if you look into details of it, Canton 11, this is again Pool A game, Canton 11. I mean, I'm sure the predictions would have gone favor of MI Rangers, looking at the capacity or caliber of the team. But this game proves that Canton 11 is giving a statement that the team is not easy team to beat. So Canton 11 won the toss and elected to bat, and they put on a total of 166 for 8 wickets in 25 overs, where MI Rangers fall short of 47 runs. So they were all out by 119 in 21.1 overs while chasing a big total of 167. Getting into further details, Canton 11 batting, of course, they lost early wicket. I think first ball of the innings, MI Rangers got a run out for Shakil Ahmed. It's a golden duck for him. And I'm sure MI Rangers would have got a huge confidence by looking at a first ball wicket. But after that, Canton 11 said, hey, we are not really that easy to beat. And then they started ticking the scoreboard, Akbar Khan and Razali. Razali is a fine player in Canton 11, and he's the biggest asset of the team. And they both started putting a partnership of 54 runs for the second wicket. And within 8 over, and Akbar Khan left the field, and he scored 37 runs by hitting 5 sixes, which is not a easy accomplishment. So kudos to him for those beautiful sixes. And the third wicket and fourth wicket, they were in quick time. And again, Hyderabadi, he's another fine player in Canton 11. He got out for golden duck. And later on, middle order batsman Yusuf, Mohammad-Abdul, they added some valuable runs, scoring 11 and 13. And Naz, he's another big guy in Canton 11. Everybody, I'm sure a few bowlers will have a game plan to bowl to him because he hit sixes all over the ground. And luckily, Imtiaz took him out for 1 run, which is a breathing time for Imtiaz. But again, Hari Pallava, he came back at the lower order and then he damaged the Imtiaz bowlers. Looking at the bowling department of Imtiaz, everybody are beyond 5 runs per over. And I don't see the main bowler Satish playing this game. That could have been a little bit of difference if you'd have played. Otherwise, pretty much everyone gave away runs, and they also threw away like 17 extras. But pick off the bowlers, Aditya, he made sure take away 3 wickets, and then Abhilash, he took away 2 wickets from Canton 11, and Anush, he took away 1 wicket. Coming to a chase of Imtiaz, it's a huge total. They'll definitely have their main batsman or opening batsman plan to open the good score, but their key player Abhilash, he got out soon for 2 runs. That will be that could have been a biggest blow for them. But again, another opener Radhan, he played really good, 41 runs of 35 balls with 2 sixes, and followed by Aditya. He's another fine player for Imtiaz. So when we want to chase a big total, their best batsman or top order batsman have to really perform if you want to chase this total. Where Imtiaz had a hard luck day for them. Aditya and Ifti, they both got out for soon. But looking at the scorecard, right, his new captain for this season, Shravan, he really played good for 30 runs, scoring 30 runs with 1 boundary. And at the end, Jitendra Singh, he scored like 12 runs for 1 6. So they fall short of almost 54 or 45 runs, 50 runs short. They were all out in 21.1 overs. And pick off the bowlers from the bowling department of Canton 11. They really did good because they have enough runs on the board. They will not have that much pressure. And among them, Hyderabadi, who couldn't perform with bat, but he performed really with a ball. He took 4 wickets in 5 overs with economy of 3.6. And then Mohit Patel and Raza Ali, 2 wickets each. And then Junaid Mughal and Akbar Khan, 1 wicket each. And Raza Ali is the man of the match. I believe he is the right option to choose. He is a key person to get this match home, and this is a really good win for Canton 11. And I'm sure they are a good team in a pool year to watch out. And congratulations to Canton 11 for winning this match against a good team. And tough luck, Imtiaz. You have a long way to go. You can come back strong in the next game.
Okay. Before we quickly go into our next game, by now we should have been finished 10 games, but unfortunately we are still at 4th game now. So I'll request you guys to do it a little quicker, little faster. Okay. And I don't know, SreeTejan, have you looked into our website, which gives the stat board? Okay. You are at number 3 position now in terms of runs scored, highest runs scored. Okay. Right now, who's leading the table? Raghu Kumar Palaniswamy of Stingers is leading the table with 204 runs in 7 games, and following him is Pankaj from Dark Horses, 7 games, 176 runs. And next one is SreeTej of Raptors. He played only 3 games. In 3 innings, he scored 169 runs. And next to him, closely by, is Raza Ali, who also played 7 games, scored 165. But nevertheless, 137 by SreeTejan is dominating the board tonight. Okay. SreeTejan, how many sixers you hit?
With 17 sixes in the
17. Boy, that's a huge number. Okay. There's some background voice. I think somebody is calling in. 586-588-0598. May I know who's on the line?
Jagan bhaiya, Pradeep here.
Hi Pradeep, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay, I'm doing absolutely fantastic. What a night today. Okay. You have Sreeteja here. If you want to say something, you can quickly.
Yeah, it was amazing innings by SreeTejan. Hopefully, Raptors will continue with this best playing 11. So from here, I hope Teja will be available for all the games.
All the games.
That's my wish. Yep. Oh.
Good. Okay, so I hope you are listening, Sreeteja, and I hope you are available for all remaining.
Yes, sir, Pradeep. Thanks, Pradeep, for introducing me to Raptors. Pradeep was the one who introduced me to the Raptors.
I didn't know that. I need to catch hold
No
of
problem.
Yeah. Thanks, Pradeep. Thanks again.
No problem.
Let's quickly jump into our next game. Our next game of the night is Indus Bulls versus FHCC. Satish, your thoughts quickly.
Yeah. So FSCC won the toss and elected to field first. And Indus Bulls really started well the season, the first 2 games, and then after that they falling short of a few games. Where exactly happened for this game too. So their top order batsmen couldn't contribute much to the scoreboard while batting first, and then they literally lost their 5 wickets within 8 overs for the runs of 12 runs, which is any team will go under pressure. And the middle order batsmen like the captain Azim himself, he really batted well, scoring 32 runs in 53 balls. The amount of balls he played, it clearly tells that he would have he wanted to hold the wicket. And the current captain Ravi Ganta, he scored at the end 21 runs, which is valuable. And he's been hitting every match. He's scoring very good. Every match hitting boundaries. And only 2 players scored with a double digit, and rest couldn't contribute much. And then score was ended up with 89 runs for all out in 22.3 overs. They didn't play full quota of their 25 overs. And pick off the bowlers from FSCC. Waheed, he bowled brilliantly good by taking away 4 wickets, and he damaged most of the batsmen from bowls. And rest of the bowlers like Hitesh, Ali Shan, Syed, they took away 2 wickets each. And some good performance by bowling. But one thing, the point to be noted from bowling department, they gave away 20 extras. They need to look into that. And coming to the chase, looking at the strength of the FSCC, they're batting strong. And the 89 is not a huge ask for them. And then they did exactly what they wanted to do. They chased at 90 in 20 overs and pick up the batsmen. So Wazad, he scored 30. And openers, he scored 10 runs. Muhammad and Ali Abbas, he scored 10. And at the end, Shrikant Burre, he finished in style like 19, scoring 19. And bowling from Indus Bowls, very few bowlers, they maintained the economy. Otherwise, most of them, they give away economy of 4 per over, and they couldn't take away much wickets. Only Abhishek Sunkari, he's a fine player in bowls. He took away 2 wickets. So hard luck to bowls. Better luck for next game. And then congratulations to FSCC, and the man of the match was out.
Okay, very well said. Before we go into our next game, when Ravi Sreeteja said he hit 17 sixers, and I just want to give out my funny story. So hitting a sixer was my dream with T-ball. I don't say DCL. DCL is talent-wise, it's top notch. So we were playing in a Chrysler League. I hit a last ball sixer. Okay, I was so happy that finally I scored a sixer. And when I went there, I checked the boundary. It's only 50. So that's a funny part about that one. Actually, opposite team captain is the one who's set it up. Okay, so that their team can hit big runs. Unfortunately, it ended up giving nice opportunity for me. Okay, and the next game of the night is Altes versus TCS Stallions. Imti, your thoughts?
Yes, Jagan. I think just talking about this game, I think TCS Stallions has found a new low in this season. We all know it's going through a revamp or new set of players, but still, I think TCS Stallions has to really pull up their socks if they need to make an impact in this season. I think they batted first here in this game, scored a mere 44 runs And if I look at the batting scorecard, there are like a couple of double-digit scores, but nothing special about the batting here. And also, at least from my perspective, I don't see any known name in the TCS Stallions attack. So it could be all new players getting still getting used to the league and the ball itself. So it might take time, but I think they need to, like I said, they need to pull up their socks to make an impact. Look at the bowling figures of Altair. I think Henrik Meiring picked up 4 wickets and well supported by Girish picking up 3 wickets. And I also see another name, Linus Fernandez. So I think this is good signs to DCL. At least looking at the names, looks like non-Asian players. So bringing them into the mix. So that's good to the DCL. Very good bowling from Altair, getting the opponents out for 44. And once you had 44, I think Altair just had to go through the proceedings and just chase down the score, and they did that well within 12 overs. They lost 3 wickets in the process, but well, again, like near score of 44, they just had to hang in there and just ready the strike to get over the line. So I think TCS Stallions just lost this game in the very first half of the game. So hard luck to them, but very well played Altair. So good luck.
Okay, the next game of the night is Raptors versus Mustangs, which has become a talk of the town. It's not just a simple game. It witnessed broken records there. 257 is the highest score ever scored in DCL, and also 137 is the highest score by individual score by anybody in DCL. Okay, for this game, if you guys don't mind, I'll go to SreeTeja to give us some thoughts on this game.
Honestly, I do not know anything about Mustangs. As I said, I'm really sorry about this, but this is like my first year in DCL. So I know that from my captain that it is a strong team with a good batting and bowling lineup, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a big fight with the game. That's all I know about Mustangs.
Okay. We have 2 more guys on the line, and we'll quickly chat with them. I'm sure they are here to congratulate you. The first one is 330-409-3586. May I know who's that?
Hi, Jagan. This is Pradeep Bota.
Hi, Pradeep. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
You must be very happy now.
Yeah, pretty much happy. Only disappointment is I didn't get a chance to play with him at the non-strike run.
Okay. Yeah, you have SreeTeja here.
Yeah, hi Sreeteja. It was an excellent knock. The thing I liked about this innings is the way he, kept his composure, even though he was getting a lot of dot balls in the middle. He scored 30 or around 36 balls. And then the rest of the balls were out of the park, all clean striking shots. So congratulations, SreeTeja. Hopefully he will be available for the rest of the Raptors games. And we're also planning to field the best 11. Until now we haven't had a chance to field the best 11. Hopefully in the coming games we will be available and we can field good 11. And hi Imtiaz and hi Satish.
Hello.
Hi, Butta.
Raviteja scored 137, and that's a record. But on the other side, Navpreet scored 45 in just 24 balls with 5 huge sixes. So, though SreeTeja dominated with his score, I'm sure Navpreet might have enjoyed this game as well with his bat and also with his bowling. Okay, and we have another caller on the line, and that's 248-954-6690. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, hi, Jagan. This is Amar.
Hey, Amar, how are you?
Fine, Jagan. How are you?
Before you talk,
yeah.
Thank you for bringing in SreeTeja into the show.
No worries, Jagan. Thank you. Thanks a lot, for inviting us, to participate in the show. Yeah, I want to finish it off quickly. SreeTeja, are you there? So,
yeah. Hi, Amar.
Yeah. Congrats, man. Congrats. I hope you keep rocking in the upcoming games also. And as Bota told, right, still no, we didn't go with our best 11. Let's try for the future, future games, to go with the best 11, because coming season, coming matches, we have pretty good teams. I hope you are available for those matches. And as well as I want to congratulate Navapreet and as well as Manoj. They both did an extraordinary job in the match against Mustangs, Jagan. Yeah, that's it, Jagan. That's it
Cool.
from my side. And thanks, DCL, for inviting us to participate in the show.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. The next game of the night is Rockers versus SSK. Satish.
Yeah, so Southfield Super Kings, they won the toss and elected to bat first, and then Rockers is a very good side, and they have a beautiful team this year, and the results exactly shows what the team capable of. But if you want to tell about the Southfield Super Kings, even they're doing really better when compared to previous years. So I've seen this team, the full bunch of young talented people, and they have good chemistry within themselves, and then that tells they have some achievements this season so far. But coming to this game, they scored 111 runs in 7 by loss of 7 wickets by playing all full quota of 25 overs. So coming to batting statistics, the opening partnership was really good. I think they batted almost 50 odd runs, close to 60 runs without giving away a wicket. For the bowling lineup of Rockers, are really good. I mean, they have good bowlers at their will, but they didn't give any leak of wickets. But coming to a middle order batsman, they couldn't contribute much to that partnership, whatever they brought into new opening. And at the end, Tejas Reddy, and this guy is new to SSK, and then I've seen him playing in Michigan Cup, and he plays really good. He scored valuable runs of 17, which helped the Southfield Super Kings to put up a decent score on the board, which is 111. And pick off the bowling team, bowlers, Pana, he took away 3 wickets. He damaged the main batsman of Southfield Super Kings. And Kondal, he bowled brilliantly good, getting out 2 wickets. And then Ramesh and Sai Kiran, he took away each 1 wicket, like both of them. And coming to chase of 111, Rockers is pretty good at batting lineup, and then they have a strong batsman. And no wonder they changed the batting lineup for this match. They brought in Narendran and the opening because they wanted to finish this game real quick. I believe that's what they're going in mind. And then that's exactly Narendra damaged Southfield Super King bowlers. He scored 2 fours and 2 sixes, 28 runs, quick runs, and followed by Sarvesh and Naresh. And they only for 3 wickets lost, and they scored 116 in 16 overs. That's a tremendous achievement. Chasing big total of 111 within 16 overs. So see, we can look at the confidence of this team, how they are pretty confident. And need to say about this captain himself for his brilliant knock, 50 runs. He made his half century. I believe this is the first half century for this season for him. 6 sixes and an outstanding innings from him. Okay, so and looking at the bowling stats of Southfield Super Kings, they tried several bowlers. They have a very good bowling attack. Manjunath, Ramesh, Babu, Priyesh, and this guy is really good in spin bowling. He took away 3 wickets. He is the only one who could damage the batsman of Rockers. Otherwise, Rockers predominantly damaged Southfield Super Kings in this match, and they outplayed Southfield Super Kings. And congratulations to Rockers. Keep winning the games, and tough luck Southfield Super Kings. They can always come back stronger.
Okay, the next game of the night is Indus Thunders versus GLCC. Expectation of a win turned into expectation of close game, turned into prayer of close game. So these were my moods about this game. Your thoughts, Imti? You know why it's changing my moods like that.
Yes, Jagan, just before going to the game, I just quickly wanted to talk a bit about the Raptors game. Sorry, I know we are not getting enough of time, but
Sure.
just wanted to put something in perspective. I was just looking at the stats of the Raptors game. I think this game had like a lot of records in there, like the highest score for the team, highest individual score, highest number of sixes hit in a game. 23 sixes were hit by Raptors, of which 17 were from SreeTeja's bat and 5 from Navpreet and 1 from Praveen's bat. Then again, I would compare SreeTeja's innings to batting style of Rohit Sharma. It's very similar because in that 137 runs, the first 50, he took 37 balls to score the first 50 runs, and the next 28 odd balls, he scored the remaining 87 runs. So that is an extraordinary feat, I would say, and that shows how he improved his strike rate and scored those runs in the second half of the innings. And if you look at the stats, out of the 65 balls he faced, there were 26 dot balls. So it's just not enough that we can talk about this innings, I guess, and it is very a great achievement. Also, there were like two big partnerships. The third wicket partnership in this game was 99 runs, Navpreet and SreeTeja, of which 50 runs were scored by SreeTeja. And then the fourth wicket partnership of 97 runs, out of which his partner only scored 3 runs, and SreeTeja scored 86 runs from 28 balls. So all these stats just speak volumes about this game. And even though there were other performances from like notable performances, it was just underplayed by SreeTeja's innings. So I think we just have to congratulate SreeTeja. I don't have actually words to talk about this inning. So well done, SreeTeja, and looking forward to see more such performances.
Thank you so much.
So SreeTeja, have you seen your stats in different angles like Imti? See, he put every angle together to explain your innings.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
No, he put your innings in a different angles. Okay, he explained your innings in a different angles, and he compared you with Rohit Sharma. So, okay, so let's quickly jump into our next game of the night is Stingers versus Tamil Pasanga. Satish, did we talk about Indus GLCC?
So, that's what. Quickly going through that Indus Thunders GLCC game, I think it could have been a close game, but I think Indus Thunders came out well in this game. It was surprising that GLCC won the toss and elected to field, but again, it could be something tricky from Samish's mind. But Indus Thunders scored 92. I thought it was under par when I looked at the halfway score, but then again, eventually it ended up to be enough for GLCC. The real stars of this game was Madhusudan scoring 22, Narendra Achanta scoring 23 runs in the batting department, and then in the bowling department, 4 wickets by Dhruv and 3 wickets by Rahul Shivpuje. Really, GLCC just needed the top 4 batsmen to step up and chase this down, but that did not happen, and eventually they ran out of wickets and they lost this game.
Okay, the next game of the night is Stingers versus Tamil Pasanga. Satish.
Yeah, so Stingers won the toss and elected to bat, and then they put another huge total on the board, 166, for the loss of 8 wickets in 25 overs, where Tamil Pasanga, they could score only 66 for the loss of 10 wickets in 20 overs. Coming to details of the batting from Stingers, initially the top order batsman couldn't contribute much, however, but for the 4th wicket partnership, Raghu Kumar, he is a leading scorer batsman in the DCL league so far. He, along with Jagan Veluswamy, the current captain of Stingers, they both put on a partnership of 75 runs for the 4th wicket partnership, and that helped Stingers to reach 166. And then lower order batsmen Chetan and Rajesh, they also could score like 16 and 10 runs. Above all, Tamil Pasanga, they gave away 42 extras, so that actually helped the Stingers to go 166. So if you look at the star performer of the game in batsman, Jagan Veluswamy 42 runs and the extras 42, and then Raghu Palaniswamy 34 runs. And bowling, Tamil Pasanga, pretty much everyone beyond 6 per over, they need to do some homework with their lineup. And one guy, Srikanth Nagashetty, he took away 3 wickets from the Stingers. And Tamil Pasanga, while chasing 166, it's a huge ask for them. But however, they started off with a good partnership for the 2nd and 3rd wicket. And then apart from Bhargav and Sai Babu, no other batsman they could contribute the runs to board. And Stingers bowlers, they made sure they take away wickets each and every intervals by not leaking runs or by not allowing Tamil Pasanga to build the partnership. And pick after bowler Rajesh Kumar Pothineni, he bowled brilliantly for 5 overs, 8 runs and 3 wickets. And most of the bowlers from Stingers, they gave away single-digit runs for their full quota for their overs. with the economy of 2 and under 2. That's really great achievement from Stingers bowling. And so overall, it's a great performance for Stingers. They performed really good in batting and in the bowling. And congratulations to Stingers and hard luck to Tamil Pasanga.
Okay, before we get into our next game, it's with SreeTeja on the show. It's not just the his scoring record, even DCL record is broken. Right now, 332 people are listening our show. Okay, and the next game of the night is Blazers versus TCA Knights. Before I go to Imti, I would like to say thank you to TCA Knights captain Vignesh. He pulled together a team after a great struggle, out of respect for DCL and out of respect for DCL committee. Your thoughts, Imti?
Yes, Jagan, that was exactly what I was about to say. This game, they were struggling for a playing 11 and they were almost calling it off the night before the game. But then Vignesh put up a fielding 11 the next day in the game. And I think kudos to the sporting spirit for of the team. But I think that the eventual result of the game was not as expected for them. They did come with the playing 11, but I think it needed some time or some gelling, because I don't know if they were regular players or they found some new players at the last moment. So, but eventually in the game, it was just a complete one-sided affair, I would say. They batted first, lost their 10 batsmen for 24 runs, and after that it was just and just going through the motions in the second half for Blazers to score those without loss of wicket. I think this game belonged to the bowlers of Blazers, and especially Suketu, who's picked up 4 wickets and then well supported by all the other bowlers. Yeah, it was a completely bowling dominated game here. Yeah, so.
Okay, the next game of the night is Safaris versus Canton 11. Satish.
So Canton, I believe this is a make-up match which is rescheduled, and Canton 11 won the toss and elected to bat. And I think so far in the season, I think every team is looking, well, whom are playing with Safaris, they're pretty much looking at to win the toss and they wanted to bat first, and that's exactly happened to Canton 11. And they scored a huge mammoth of total 231 runs for the loss of 7 wickets for a full quota of 25 overs. But Safaris could score only 76 runs for loss of 10 wickets within 24 overs. And it's a huge victory for Canton 11. Winning by 155 runs is not an easy task in DCL format. And coming to details of batting, Canton 11, pretty much every player whoever comes into crease, except from Javed, captain himself, he couldn't contribute. Otherwise, every other player, they did their part. And some did the exceptional job and some did their decent job. Above all, from the players like Akbar Khan 47 runs, Raza Ali 36 runs, Yusuf 16, Shabazz 17. Above all these players, Naz, he is the guy for the evening. I think he steals the show. He killed literally Safari's bowlers left and right. He scored 5 sixes, 2 boundaries, and he scored 61 runs not out. And look at the innings what he played there. And coming to bowling department of Safaris, they need to do they need to do a lot of homework at their end for the upcoming games. Everyone gave away runs like more than 9 per over, and also 24 extras. And only few players like Krishna who took 2 wickets. And otherwise, while chasing a big total of Safaris, most of the batsmen, they fall short of 0 runs or low runs. Only one player like his captain Venkat, he played really good, scoring 30 runs, not out again for 47 balls and 3 boundaries. And Canton 11, obviously, they have a huge total, and then looks like they tried pretty much 9 bowlers in a bowling squad, and it looks like they shared the bowling department for every player, and they did a decent job to win this game. And congratulations, Canton 11. It's not an easy job to perform both at bowling and batting. And with this win, I think Canton 11 is pretty comfortable with the playoff spot. And then tough luck Safaris, you need to do some homework before the next game.
The next game of the night is DH versus Marcos. Imti, I umpired this game. It's awesome to watch all these guys, like last year's centurion Arjun Chittimani, he really played well, very composed innings, and Srinivasan Elumulai, he scored 72, but he's hitting like a hell. And then Vishwanath, especially when you're chasing a big total, you come with a mindset that let's play few balls and later on we'll see what happens. But this guy is right from the ball one, he's going after the bowling, and very clean hitter. And Pankaj, oh man, so I have seen best batting in recent times. Overall, these four batsmen were great to watch. Imti, your thoughts?
Well, thanks for those insights, Jagan. We are playing dark horses this weekend, so we'll keep that in mind. And going into this game, this is another high-scoring game, and it was well fought for the entire 50 overs. It's very tough luck on dark horses that they lost this game, even though they were very much in the game for almost the entire game. The winning margin was just 7 runs. Marcos batting first scored 176 runs for the loss of 6 wickets. That's a huge score considering the format. And thanks to Srinivasan Elumalai and Arjun Chittimani, a beautiful partnership of 117 runs for the second wicket. And that really laid the foundation and helped them score those 176 runs. I think Arjun Chittimani, we all have talked about him. We have been talking about him since last season. I think he's a beautiful batsman to watch. And like Srinivasan, we played against Marcos, and I have seen this guy bat, and he has some clean strokes over the offside. So he's a good batsman too. So I think that Marcos batting lineup is looking really good, and they can give some good run for their money for the other teams. If you look at the bowling figures for dark horses, not much to talk about. Almost every bowler going for more than run a ball. And if you come back to the chase, like you mentioned, Jagan, I think for any chase in a huge chase scoring game, I think the very outset is that the batsman should just go out and attack and try to get some runs quickly, and then that will help the other batsmen to kind of keep their calm and accumulate those runs. I think that is exactly what Vishwanath did here. He gave a very brilliant start for their chase, scored 44 runs, run a ball innings, and then Pankaj Vats, we all know him. Like, he has been a solid batsman for dark horses over the years, and once again he has proved his mettle here. I think he's having a very good run this season, but unfortunate that he couldn't see the chase to the end. He got out in the 22nd over, and after that, it was kind of the burden on the other players, but they couldn't cross the line. It is a very close margin, I would say. Dark horses should have won this game, but then again, like, it's a game. It's a very tricky game, so it could go either way. But I think it was all in all a very good game, competitive game. Both sides had their chances, and it went to the very last ball of the game. So.
The next game of the night is Risers versus Panthers. What a game by Panthers. And though they are not consistently playing like this, but I like Panthers style always. Okay. And into your thoughts quickly.
Yes, I think Panthers, they had the hype, they had the billing at the start of the season, but I think eventually after a few games, they're finally showing their worth here in this game against Risers. They batted first, scored 157 runs, and I think finally Jay Gupta found some touch in his batting, scored a beautiful half century. Very low down the order, but nevertheless, it was very important innings in helping the team score those 170 odd runs. 53 runs for Jay Gupta, not out in 28 balls, help of 6 sixers and 1 4. And he was there were other notable performances also throughout the batting card. And I think when you see these solid scores in the batting card, that really talks about how healthy the run rate was throughout the innings. If you look at the bowling figures, like, it was decent bowling performance, but then I don't see much numbers in the wickets column, and that is where I think Risers couldn't get the breakthroughs and leak the runs. chasing down 170 odd runs. 157 157 I think rises. They tried their best with batting, but then again I don't see a big score in the scorecard, so somebody has to stand up and kind of guide the innings through the chase. That did not happen for risers. Eventually they got all out for 115. And I think if you look at the bowling figures for Panthers, wicket shade by all the bowlers, that tells that everybody contributed and helped the team towards that victory. And I think it was eventually a very good win for Panthers and should help their confidence and try to get their playoff spot back.
Okay, before we go to our next game, Falcons versus Legends, and I want to ask quick question to SreeTeja. SreeTeja, you there?
Yes, Jagan.
Okay, SreeTeja, this is typical Sai style. You know your friend Sai Vishwanatha style question. Okay. Did anybody give any tips to you while batting?
While I was at the Greece, the only thing they were saying is because I see that Naupit got out and they were saying me to play all the 25 overs. And all I was trying to do is get settled first. I think Amar was giving me this. Amar and Kiran were suggesting me to stay and play 25 overs. And
I should have asked this question in a different way. How many captains are there in Raptors? That should have been my question.
That is a very interesting question, Jagan.
Okay.
Well, the games I played,
I would like to.
Amar led the team.
Now Prit wants to answer that one. Come on.
So I think I've been playing with the Raptors for like 7 or 8 years now, and I will say with no offense to anybody, but this is the year that we have a one leader in the team.
In Amar.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a very good leadership right now.
I like him personally. Okay. He's a guy who's always calm, cool. Okay. Yeah.
He takes all the suggestions, but he does what he thinks is good for the team.
True. Maybe that is the reason Raptors are doing good this year, especially.
Yes, I think, yes.
Yeah. We'll quickly go to our next game, Falcons versus Legends. Satish, your thoughts?
Yeah, so Falcons versus Legends, this is probably, we were actually facing a well-experienced Falcons this weekend, and we always believe that playing against Falcons is we need to have a lot of discipline in the field, on and off the field, and with a really cool-headed, we want to play this game. If you want to make it a more memorable or more contest. So looking at the stats, we actually won the toss and then elected to field first by looking at the ground conditions because of early storm on Sunday morning, and pitch wasn't really good, and then pitch was damp, and then we had water puddles in the field area. So we chose bowling. So where our bowlers, we actually bank on our bowling strength. We thought of getting them a low score out based on the pitch, but one innings, first partnership from Hari Paramkusam and Sreetej was totally outstanding, I would say, because the way Hari was playing my main bowlers, it's amazing. He played some brilliant shots on and off, offside and onside, and he was really picking the ball really good. And then you can look at the scorecard, the way he scored like 35 runs off 64 balls. Look at the amount of balls he played, really. So, and then later on at 8th over, 9th over, 10th over, one of my bowler, Murugan, we were able to take the first wicket of Sai, Hitesh, and later on Subir, Sainath, Dilip, Shashank. They couldn't contribute much to the department of the runs, and the tail-ender batsman too. So one thing I want to tell the bowling department, we actually gave away runs by not taking the wickets in the first 12 overs, but we made sure we're not focusing on the wickets. Rather, we focused on controlling the runs for the second half. Otherwise, at one point in time, at 20 overs, Falcons were 83 for 4. They were looking to score like 130 plus, but we made sure to give away only 18 runs for the last 5 overs. That helped us to put a decent total in the score, which is 101 for 9 in 25 overs. And coming to our chase, our opening batsman Rahul and Praveen, they started very steadily, very slowly to chase this total by scoring almost 16 runs of partnership for the first wicket, and where Rahul got out for the first first wicket at 4.4 overs, and later on Praveen had to depart within 6 runs. And then Anand comes into bat along with Harish first down, and they started ticking the scoreboard. They started the innings very slow, nevertheless of the target. They were not worried about the target. They wanted to construct the innings the way they both construct the innings. I really like that. And then Harish scored a brilliant innings of 44 unbeaten in this match, who is a match winner of the game. And Anant, he started off really good, and then he scored one beautiful six with 32 runs of 37 balls. And at the end, Moon and Raviteja, they finished it in style. And coming to bowling department of Falcons, they have very decent bowling department of the league, right? So we always wanted to play very carefully. They are very good in bowling line and length. And important thing, they'll never throw away extra. So all they test opposite team to earn the runs from batsmen. That's exactly happened. And then Harish did a good job in scoring some beautiful knocks. And he was the man of the match for the game. He took away 3 wickets of Falcons and then scored 44 unbeaten. And at last, we were lucky to have that 6 runs as a winning shot that actually helped us to get the bonus point as well, along with the 4 points. And it was really nice to play against a good team. It's a learning curve for us. And I would say tough luck to Falcons on that given day. They're always good team to come back strong.
Okay, so now right after this game, it's Hari Parankyam texted me and he said, "Do you have water bottle next to you?" I said, "Yes." Okay, then go and look at my scorecard, my score. That's what he said. Okay, so I like him. I like him a lot, Hari Parankyam. Very funny. But the next game of the night is Rising Stars versus Pokeries. Imti.
Yes, Jagan. Just before going to this game, request to our listeners, we might be running a little over time for another 15 minutes, I think. So I will try to quickly cover the rest of the games.
I also would like to say sorry to SreeTeja to keep you here. SreeTeja, at the end of this, we have 2 more games. After these 2 more games, we'll predict next week games. I want you to take the blind shot on these games. Okay, that is the reason I'm asking you to wait here. Okay, please go ahead, Imti.
Sure, not a problem.
Yeah. So going into this game, Pokeries versus Rising Stars, it was predicted to be a close game in the last week predictions, and I think I'm actually a little disappointed with Pokeries here. They won the toss, they batted first, but scored only 92 runs again. And with the batting might of Pokeri, I think they should have at least scored around 120. Again, taking nothing away from Rising Stars bowling, I think they really bowled really well in the right channels and restricted Pokeries to 92 here. And the interesting thing is here, Pokeries did not bat the entire 25 overs. So that is another reason. If you look at the batting scorecard, only like a couple of double-digit scores. Satish Mani scoring 17, Sarvana scoring 10, and then Shankar lower down the order scoring 13 runs. So that kind of tells me that not real partnerships through the innings, and also a couple of batsmen missing in that lineup. So that could be the reason for the low score here. Again, like 92 is not very less score, but again, compared to their batting might, I think it was a little lesser on the lesser side. If you look at the bowling from Rising Stars, very good performance again, like wickets being shared by most of the bowlers, and also on the economy side, economically bowled. The pick of the bowlers being Ankit Patel picking 3 wickets in his 4 overs for 9 runs. And if I see the dot ball columns for each bowler, I think that is the most notable stat in this bowling figure for Rising Stars. Going into the chase, 92, Rising Stars would have definitely fancied their chances because getting Pokeries under that score. And I think Rising Stars also has some very good batsmen that could easily have chased down that score of 92. But I think Pokeries bowlers had a good outing here, and they restricted Rising Stars for a total of 80. I was just looking at the fall of the wickets for Rising Stars, and it kind of tells me that there was not enough partnerships in that chase. So Bowling figures specifically, if you look, Saran had a good outing, 3 wickets for 8 runs, and Ranjit also 3 wickets for 5 runs. So it, even though they couldn't do well in the batting department, I think they very well made it up in their bowling department, Pokeris. So that's why Pokeris is what we all know. Like they perform in. If they fail in one department, they make it up very well in the other department. So, and it's a team of almost like 8 to 9 all-rounders, and everybody can bat and bowl. So that is the likes of Pokeri. So I think they have very good chances here, and they can go very long in the season. So
Okay, the next game of the night is BT versus MCC Miles. Before we get into this game, all legendary teams, BT, Falcons, GLCC, are struggling a lot this season, whereas another legendary team, Raptors, are doing really great this year. Okay, your thoughts, Imti?
an observation about your observation, Jagan. I think the other teams that you were talking about who are struggling, again, no offense, and this is just in a light-hearted way. I'm just saying, like, I think those teams haven't recruited enough young talent for the season. Whereas Raptors, on the other hand, has like new leadership, new face, and new recruits also. So that's just a basic observation, and just in a light-hearted way. Going into this game, MCC Miles versus Brownstown. I think it was a competition between a young team versus an aging team, I would say. MCC Miles batted first, scored 110 against the Brownstown bowling attack. Brownstown has a very good bowling lineup, and scoring 110 against that attack tells a lot about MCC Miles batting here. Again, pick of the batsman here, Karthik Balu scoring 37 runs and Sanjay Longovan scoring 23 runs down the order. I think these were the two mainstays of the batting, and I don't see any extras here, but again, definitely that could have also contributed to the batting total of MCC Miles. If you look at the bowling figures for Brownstown, I think pick of the bowlers was Mohammad Shahzad, picking 4 wickets and well supported by Afsar, who picked up 3 wickets. And all in all, it was a decent performance, but I think that psychological effect of scoring 100 plus runs for MCC was in their favor. So going into the chase, Brownstown, I think they needed a solid start. That did not happen. The first 5 batsmen had all single-digit scores, and until Mansab Butt came in and chipped in some runs, 29, he scored 29 and was well helped by their captain Rashid Malik. They stayed there for a while, but really they didn't have the firepower or any wickets that they could really go after the attack of MCC Miles, I think. If you look at the bowling for MCC Miles, very good bowling card. I see 4 wickets for Harsha, 2 wickets each for Praneeth and Jashwant, and 1 wicket for Sanjay and Karthik. So they used this regular set of 5 bowlers, and they stuck to that, and I think that was enough to wrap down Brownstown for 67. Eventually, the scoreboard looks like it was a one-sided game, but I hope it was more competitive on the field.
Okay, with that we have concluded all last week games, and we'll get into our final segment, predictions of next week games. Before we go there, I want Navpreet to say a few words about his business, and we request DCL to encourage our own brother who started a restaurant, a bar, a sports bar. So Navpreet, can you say a few words?
Yeah. So hi everyone again. Thank you, Jagan, for like letting me use this show to give some background on the business side as well. I love cricket. I've been playing in Detroit area for 13-14 years, in DCL for last 10 years. I will always encourage cricket. I had IPL games at the bar as well. The bar is located in Wixom, very close to the Total Sports, where we usually play the indoor cricket. It's on Beck and Pontiac Trail. So anytime any DCL player can come, and we'll do 10% off, and it's sports environment. It's American food specialty in wings, like chicken wings, and it's a full bar with beer and liquor. So I will invite you guys to do a show over there, and it will be on me. So let's plan that event, and whoever can join will have good times over there.
Sure, we will definitely try to do one show there, and with that, we'll quickly get into predictions. The first game of the night is Safaris versus Risers. Imti,
Risers. It's a clear one for me.
Satish,
Yeah, rises for me too, but I hope Safaris will prove me wrong in this game.
SreeTeja,
Risers.
Risers. Okay. Now, Preet, you want to predict?
I think Risers have a good chance
Okay.
this week.
The next game is Marcos versus Gladiators. I think Gladiators are going to win this one. Anybody objecting my prediction? I guess
No,
no.
Jagan, I think this is a clear winner here.
Okay. Indus Bulls versus Mustangs. Imti.
I don't know. After last week's beating, Mustangs might be very low on confidence. I think I'll give this to Indus Bolts.
Okay. Satish.
Bolts for me too.
SreeTej.
I'll go with Bolts.
Navrit.
Bolts.
Bolts. Okay. Stingers versus Rising Stars. This is one of the good games and watchable games. Imti.
Yeah, I think this will be a very closely contested game. Stingers, after their last week win, I think will be high on confidence, and Rising Stars a little low. But I think it will be evenly contested. I'll just root for Stingers in this game.
Stingers. Okay. Satish.
Yeah, like Imti said, this will be a good contest. My pick is Stingers.
Okay. SreeTeja.
I'll go with Stingers.
Stinger. Okay. Now, Faith.
Just for the sake of it, I'll go with Rising Stars.
Fantastic.
Let's
Okay.
go with the underdog. So
Yeah, that's the spirit. Dynamites versus Blues. Oh, this is interesting game. Okay. Imti.
I'll pick Dynamites.
Actually, my pick is all Dynamites too. Okay. If I have to pick. Satish.
Yeah, so this probably by looking at the cards, everybody think that Dynamites will make it easy, but I want to tell something about the Blues. Right, Blues team is really looking good this season, so Dynamites should not take it easy on this game. My heart goes with Blues, but I want to pick Dynamites. I hope Blues will prove me wrong.
Okay. SreeTeja.
Dynamite.
Now, Faith.
Dynamites.
Oh my God, everybody Dynamites. Okay, MCC Miles versus Tamil Pasanga, MCC Miles all the way. Any objections there?
No.
No.
Oh, no. Okay. FCC Agni versus Panthers. This is another interesting game after last week. The way Panthers played, and I'm expecting a exciting game here. Imti.
Again, a very closely contested game it will be. I think both teams are coming off of wins last week, so high on confidence on both sides. But I think FCC Agni has a slight edge over Panthers. FCC Agni.
Okay. Satish.
Agni all the way.
SreeTeja.
I'll go with Agni.
Now Faith.
Agni.
Agni.
They have
Okay.
a good
Next
team.
one is Dark Horses versus Blazers. I can't ask MT here. Okay, but this is what my guess is. Blazers all the way. Any objections?
No, not for me.
Okay. I hope no objections there. The next one is MI Rangers versus Strikers. Is another interesting game. I'm expecting a close game here. Imti.
Yes, Jagan, I think there's a lot of stake in this game also. Like it might eventually be the choosing team for the playoffs because there's a tight race going on. I think this game, MI Rangers or Strikers, I will go with MI Rangers.
Okay, Satish.
Another good game for the weekend, so I'll pick MI Rangers.
SreeTeja.
I'll go with Strikers.
No. Navrit.
I'll go with Strikers as well.
Okay. The next game of the night is Rockers versus Raptors. So I'll skip Navpreet and SreeTeja. And I'll ask you both. Okay. Imti.
I think Raptors will win this, but I think it will definitely be a close contest. Rockers also having a very good unit this year, so it will be a very good game. I hope everybody shows up and like it is a close contest. But I think Raptors will win it. Yes.
I hope these two guys are playing, SreeTeja and Navpreet. Okay. Satish, your thoughts.
Okay, so before that, let me ask a question to Sreeteja. Are you playing this game?
Yes, I'm playing this weekend.
Okay. Yeah, so this. Okay, so this is another. I mean, for the weekend, I would say there are two games to watch out. One is Indus Thunders and Pokeris, and this is the next game. Another game which is Raptors and Rockers. It would have been a tough to prediction, but considering the centurion we have in Raptors and then he's playing the team. I would give it to Raptors, but this will be a close contest. I'm thinking so. Rockers will give a tough fight.
Okay, the next game is FCC versus Altair. Imti.
Again, another closely contested game it would be, I think, because Altair is doing very well, even though it's a new team. FCC is also high on confidence after some good wins in the recent games. But I think FCC has a slight edge because of the experience that they have in the league. So FCC for me.
Satish.
FCC for me too.
SreeTeja.
FCC.
Navpreet.
FCC, Jagan.
Okay. Legends versus SSK. I'm not asking Satish here. I'm predicting Legends to win it easily. But anyhow, I'll go to Imti.
Yeah, Legends all the way.
SreeTeja.
Legends.
Navpreet.
Legends.
Okay. The next one is Knockers versus Kings 11. With the way Knockers are playing, and with the way Kings 11s are playing, and I'm forced to, go to our analyst. Imti.
I think Knockers is struggling a little bit with their roster. A couple of injuries on their side, and then player unavailabilities. That is maybe why the position that they are in right now. But I think Knockers should win this one. They'll definitely come back strong in this game. Knockers.
Satish.
Yeah, Knockers because they have a good bench strength too. So Knockers all the way.
SreeTeja.
Knockers.
Navpreet.
Knockers.
Okay, the next game of the night is the best game of the weekend, and if I have time, I'll definitely go and watch this game. Indus Thunders versus Pokeris. Imti.
Well, rematch of 2017 finals. I can't say much about like it will definitely the game of the week, and like you said, if I had a chance to, I would definitely go and watch this game. Considering the current form in this season, I think both teams are doing good, but I think Indus Thunders is doing a little better. From a confidence perspective, I would give this to Indus Thunders.
Satish.
Yeah, like I said, this is another good game for the weekend. Both teams are equally equipped with the players, and then it will be good to watch. But as Imti stated, with the current form, by looking at the stats, and I would pick Indus Thunders.
Okay, SreeTeja.
I'll pick Pokeris.
Fantastic. Navpreet.
Yeah, I will go with Pokeris. They have a good unit this year.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's see what happens next weekend. And the next game is Lions versus KRCC. I think KRCC win it very easily is what I'm guessing. Any objections there?
No.
I hope no.
No, Jagan.
Yeah, Mustangs versus Altair. Altair is going to win this one is what I'm guessing. Any objections there?
Oh, so is Altair playing another game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a rescheduled game.
Reschedule, yeah.
Altair.
Altair. Altair all the way. Then and another game is MCC Miles versus Indus Thunders. Okay. It's
Indus Thunders is playing back-to-back games weekend then. So
morning and evening.
Okay. So which one is the
MCC Miles versus Thunders is the rained out.
Pokeris one is being played first. So
yes, Pokeris one is played first, and this one is in the night. Most of the rained out games are at 6:30 if they are rescheduled in the night. Okay.
So Thunders versus
Indus Thunders versus MCC Miles.
I'll give it to Thunders. Yeah.
Okay. Satish.
Thunders for me too.
Okay. SreeTeja. SreeTeja, you there?
Yes. I'm sorry. Thunders. Looking at the stats. Yes, Thunders.
Okay. Cool. Now, Faith.
Yeah, I'll go with Thunders.
Okay. With that, we have concluded all the predictions of the weekend, and we will conclude the show with the last words from our analysts and the guests. Okay. I'll start with Imti.
As again, I'd like to thank all our listeners for staying late and continuing with the show. Another good week of games, and hopefully the coming week also will have some good absolute performances, and we'll get to talk more about it. Hopefully, SreeTeja will talk about you again in the next week. So good luck for your game, and again, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you on behalf of DCL committee. So thank you.
Okay. Satish.
Yeah, once again, Jagan, I would like to thank you for inviting me to show today. And also, I would like to thank entire listeners for staying up late and then until 10:30. And yet another weekend is going to come, which is going to be more exciting. Few matchups are really good. And again, I want to congratulate SreeTeja for his excellency on the century. And I wish many more to come from him. Good luck to all playing teams for the weekend.
No Faith.
Yeah, Jagan, I will wrap up by saying congratulations to Sri, and he played very well, and good luck to all the teams for this weekend games, and thank you so much for using this platform for my business side as well. I will just say one time, the restaurant is Wings etc. in Wixom, so if anybody is close there, just check us out.
Okay, Wings etc.
Yep,
in Wixom.
Yes.
In Wixom, please visit and taste the food, and let's encourage our own brothers. Our cricketing, he's from our own cricketing family, so let's encourage him and let's pray for his success. And we'll definitely do it week in, week out. Now, Preet. So
thank you, Jim.
And last, at the end, I'm going to SreeTeja. SreeTeja, if you have any few words for your team and the league and about you, please.
Firstly, thank you, Jagan, for inviting me on the show, and thank you, analyst, for providing a wonderful analysis. And I would really like to thank Raptors team for giving me a platform to perform, and which helped me to come into the show. Thank you, everyone who is staying up late night and listening to the show.
With that, we'll conclude tonight's show. Thanks a lot, Imti. Thanks a lot, Satish. Thank you, Navpreet. And congratulations again to SreeTeja and Raptors. And keep listening DCL Talk Show on DCL Radio. Good night.